I recently got diagnosed with autism at 42, and it's strange. Even just saying that loud is it's strange. That's the word I can use. Um, how long have I suspected? Maybe the last 5 years or 6 years I've suspected. But even though I've suspected, it's still strange. It's still a bit off. It's still like a wow. Um it's still something I didn't expect. But it does make a lot of sense. It does explain a lot of stuff. It does shine light on some of my struggles growing up. And one of the ones that keep bouncing on my mind again and again and again is the interaction I had with the girls I went to nursing school with. When I got to nursing school, okay, they've always been something odd about me. They've always been, it's not because I feel it, it's because everybody kind of says something. Um, when I was in before nursing school, so I went to a boarding school. When I was in boarding school, I remember there was this lady. She was years ahead of me, so I was more like we call it GSS 2, which is more like it's my second year in secondary school. I think that's the easiest way to put it. And she's more like SS3 or SS2. I can't really remember now, but she's like way ahead of me. Probably another 4 years ahead of me. And I remember it was visiting day, and she really wanted to show me to her visitors. Like, she had family members come to visit, and she wanted them to see me. Basically, because she wanted to tell everyone that I've never met someone so engulfed in themselves like she is. She just wanted them to take a look at me for that reason. I didn't think I was engulfing myself. I know that I loved solitude and I love being with myself, and I really did like being alone. And this is a Nigerian setting, it's a boarding school. People thrive in bonding with others. They thrive in being in groups. I've never been the group person. I had a group of friends. So I had two friends. You see, I called it a group. So I had two friends, and we were a group of three. The funny thing is, you never really see me with them. We did a lot of things together, but we didn't move around together. We agreed on what to do. I did my part, but I didn't need to be with them to do it together. So she really felt like I was strange, and she wanted people to see me, and she had this thing to tell them. And I didn't understand what that was. I didn't understand that. When I was in boarding school, someone once said to me that I looked at people like they were curtains and they didn't really exist. I didn't understand what she was referring to. I didn't understand that. But she wasn't the first person to say it, and she wasn't the only person to say it over the years. And so I come to understand that there probably is something wrong with how I look at people. But there's really nothing I could do about it because I didn't even understand what they were talking about. And so when I got to nursing school, I was just being me. But everybody had something to say. They thought I was a bit snobbish and arrogant. And I usually thought that was strange because I rarely talked to anybody. I rarely communicated with people. I rarely held conversation. So where did they see the arrogancy in my speech? Because I associated being arrogant with the way people talk. So I didn't talk much. So where did they see that arrogant nature? I could understand the snobbishness to some extent because I think snobbishness was more of an attitude. And I could understand why they interpreted my attitude as being snobbish because I really, really did enjoy being solitude, being in a solitary situation. I like to do my things alone. I like to be alone. I didn't feel the need to interact. So I understood what they were saying, but I've always valued being authentic, so I didn't really care much that they had their opinion about me. I've always felt like having an opinion about someone was okay because I don't know, that's how I feel and that's how I see it. However, there was something they all complained about. They complained about greetings. And I'm in my 40s, I still haven't fixed that greetings. But there was something more than that greetings. It was the fact that I mumbled greetings a lot. To be fair to them, they were right. I did mumble the greetings. They interpreted it as me being snobbish, me being arrogant, and me not wanting to greet them. My interpretation was different. It was more like, if greetings is important to you and I don't greet you, why wouldn't you greet me? Because I would answer if you greet me, so why wouldn't you greet me? But I guess the issue was, for some of them, they felt like they were my seniors and I should be the one to do the greetings. I didn't understand that. I still don't really understand that till this day because I see greeting like a courtesy. It doesn't require seniority or hierarchy. If you want greetings, you should give it. But I've looked back to those days a lot and I've come to realize that they were right in certain things. I did mumble greetings. And I didn't just mumble greetings. I realized over the years that there were times when I spoke and I assumed that they heard me. But to be honest, the sound was low. There was no way they could have heard me. Because over the years, I work in a nursing setting, right? I work in the hospital. Over the years, I speak with patients and I found out that occasionally my voice volume just goes off. And so while I'm talking to people and I can hear me, they can't hear me. And so I've had patients say, sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry, I've got a hearing problem. Sorry. And a lot of times I have to apologize to patients and I'm like, no, it's not you. It's my voice. And unfortunately, at that moment, at that time, I'm unable to increase the volume. So I kind of like slow down so as to be able to give myself and my brain the time to catch up and then increase the volume. And sometimes the volume doesn't really go up that much. So I have to move closer to my patients and try all my best to get them to hear me. But that was not something I did when I was in nursing school. I wasn't aware, so I didn't do it. I simply mumbled the morning greetings. I expected that they heard me. They didn't answer. I don't like talking. I don't want to talk. I don't like morning greetings. My voice is bad in the morning. And when I say bad, back then I was very much aware that in the morning sometimes my voice doesn't have volume, if that's a real thing. So sometimes in the morning, I don't have volume. So I could talk and even I myself can't hear myself. So they were right. I did mumble the greetings. They were right. I threw them greetings that they couldn't hear. They could tell that my mouth was moving, but they couldn't hear the sound. And so their interpretation was I was being snobbish. Their interpretation was I was being arrogant. But the truth was, it was my voice and my brain that wasn't functioning normal. It wasn't functioning as expected. That glitch was very common in the morning. And of course, in the morning, it's when we have to go to class. We walk past a lot of people. We have to go to the chapel, stuff like that. And of course, I'm autistic. I didn't know at the time. And so the morning routine of interacting with people was actually a stressor. And the greetings was something I've never liked it, even till date. It's just tiring. It's a formality conversation that I don't care if it happens or it doesn't happen. And so their interpretation of it was more of it was an attitude, it was a personality thing, it was a character thing. No, it's a mental wiring. And so I look back to that days or those days and I think about it and I think about how much friendship I lost because they made a wrong interpretation. That's one. How much support and love I didn't get because they drew a conclusion. That's one. And I look at it and I realize how much people take issues personally. They're not very aware of what the other person might be struggling with. They're not very aware of what may be going on with the other person. They just personalize the conversation, the interaction, and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people who felt like I was terrible. They felt like, I can't believe she did that to me. I can't believe she grumbled the greeting. I can't believe. And the thing is, I had attitudes and personalities that I was really solitary. I'm still solitary till this day. I'm still somebody who enjoys solitude. I'm still somebody who people have asked me over the years. They've been like, "Oh, something must have happened for you not to like mingling." And I'm like, nothing happened. I really do enjoy being alone. I'm Nigerian. That sounds really, really bad. Like, that's horrible. But I don't see it that way. I do enjoy being alone. I do enjoy spending time with me. I do enjoy sitting in a room, quiet, dark, no music, no light, nothing. Just me living in my head. I actually do enjoy it. And that's strange. And that makes people feel like it's personal, like it's against them, like it's strange. And I've always looked at it this way. I've always looked at it like, I'm the one who struggled with these things. How comes you're the one who's offended? And that's still something I can't understand till date. The more I look at the things that autism has maybe cost me, maybe, I look at it like the people who judged me without knowing, and it came from the fact that they personalized my actions. They looked at it like it was against them, it was towards them. And for most of them, I didn't even have an interaction with them. We didn't have a relationship. Nothing happened. So why did you think me mumbling the greetings to you had to do with you? Why didn't you think that's my limitation? That's my issue. Why did you think it was directed at you? And I still would not understand why. If you value greetings that well, why won't you greet me? Why won't you offer the greetings? And that's why I do appreciate the couple of people who I've met over the years who are really good with being the first person to initiate the greeting. I do appreciate them. There are those people who see you and they go, "Oh, hi, morning. Oh, hi, how you doing?" They're just so quick to reach out. And I appreciate that gesture so much because it makes it easier for me to respond. It makes it easier for me to smile, for me to nod my head, for me to acknowledge them. And then it also helps to train me to be able to say, "Oh, this is this person coming. I need to say hi." Because I really do forget to say hi. It's not that I'm being snobbish. It's not that I'm being arrogant. I just live in my head and I forget. I really do forget. The worst forgetting I do is I forget to talk to people. I'm learning. And yes, now it makes sense. A lot of things make sense because finally I have a name to attach to why those things were always there. You have a lovely day. I'm just sharing my life experiences with you and just sharing things with you. Enjoy.